What's up, guys? The May A-side is here. There are a bunch of good albums coming out this month, and I should be getting some good records in. So stick around after the jump, and you'll find out. The jump? Who says that? Why did I say that? Okay, a lot of albums coming out this month. I was shocked. I was going down the list to make my list for the video, and I was like, oh my god, I want to hear this and this and this and this and this. Hopefully they all live up to expectation. The first one being Black Moth Super Rainbow Panic Blooms. I've been talking about Black Moth Super Rainbow on this channel for years. I have all of their stuff on vinyl, and there hasn't been a BMSR album in a while. Tobacco's done a bunch of stuff, which is the main person behind Black Moth Super Rainbow. But the Black Moth Super Rainbow fan base has been itching for some more delicious, psychedelic pop that BMSR is known for, and we're gonna get it for Panic Blooms. I really hope this lives up to their past catalog, of which there are no stinkers in my opinion. We'll see. Damien Jurado, The Horizon Just Laughed. Again, Damien Jurado is someone I've been a big fan of on this channel for many years. It's been only about a year or two since his last release, but he is a very consistent modern folk artist that I am a huge fan of. I pretty much own every LP he has on vinyl. Actually, yeah, every LP that he's ever put out on vinyl I own, because he's that good. If you don't know Damien Jurado, jump into the pool of his music and just swim around, get to know it a little bit. All of it's great. Hopefully this new album lives up. Arctic Monkeys, Tranquility, Base Hotel and Casino. I'm excited for a new Arctic Monkeys album. I think they're never going to be as good as that first debut album. I mean, that one is just fire front to back. I did enjoy AM, which was the last album they put out. I will say that AM felt like one long song. It felt like they had a great single, and they were like, yeah, let's just make this single 8 times and put out an album. And they did, and it's a good listen. It gets a little repetitive because of that, but I'm hoping that this new album has a little more fire and interesting aspects to it and kind of harkens back to those catchy pop anthems of the first album. Courtney Barnett, Tell Me How You Really Feel. I was lukewarm on the Barnett Vile double album they did. I wasn't really a huge fan of it, but I am a huge fan of Courtney Barnett. I've loved both of her studio LPs so far, so I think the third will probably be just as good. I'm excited to hear it, as you guys can expect. What are your thoughts on it? Are you excited for it? CHVRCHES, Love Is Dead. I know that there is a song featuring Matt Berninger from The National, so that's already a huge check mark for me being interested in the album, and the song itself is pretty damn good. I will say that I love The Bones of What You Believe, but their second album wasn't quite as good. It had some great songs, but it just wasn't as good as that first album. That was just perfect almost. As a synth pop album that was breaking through into the mainstream and getting radio play, it was really well done. I'm wondering how this is going to be. We'll find out. And then Jon Hopkins, Singularity. Jon Hopkins is essential electronic listening. He is one of the most talented electronic musicians of all time. Definitely go back and listen to his album Immunity. That was kind of his magnum opus, but everything he's done is great, and what he's released from Singularity so far has sounded really, really good. He's definitely a heady artist. You have to get into it and really give it time, and it's not a simple down-tempo album that you'll just immediately love, but it's so complex and interesting and unique compared to a lot of people in the field. I think it's definitely someone you should shine a light on, and I think this is going to be an album that everyone's going to love this year. As for the news, Kanye. For better or for worse. The day I am recording this video came after the exciting Kanye news, and he did a bunch of really dumb stuff on Twitter, and everyone's mad at him and thinks he's a giant garbage human once again. Publicity stunt for his album? I don't know. Either way, this is not a political channel. I don't talk about things like the Kanye opinions of his personal life and thoughts. That's not what this is about. This is a music channel, and Kanye has never faltered once musically. So when he announced that in June he is going to be releasing 2 albums 1 week apart from one another, his next studio album and a double album with Kid Cudi, I mean, Kanye's been through a lot of stuff lately, and last time he went through some stuff, we got 808s and My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, his 2 best albums. So I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't think I'm ready to hear this musically. I'm really excited there's gonna be more Kanye, and he's also announced he's going to be producing Nas's album. That news kind of shook me. Nas is one of the greatest MCs of all time. Lyricism, what he says in his songs, everything about it is amazing. But his beats have never been his strong suit. He never really had to rely on catchy beats because he just was such a wordsmith. He's a poet. Kanye doing beats for a Nas album could be the best hip-hop album of all time. I don't know. I don't want to jump to conclusions, but the fact that that's also coming out in June, we eatin', fam. Records coming in. As mentioned, I have the Jon Hopkins Singularity Blue Vinyl Limited Edition coming in. That'll be really cool to show off. Sly Fifth Ave is putting out an orchestral tribute to Dr. Dre. I heard one track on the Bandcamp and I was like, yup. This is exactly what it sounds like. He's doing all of Dre's best songs with an orchestra, and it's amazing. I highly recommend checking it out before the vinyl pressing sells out. They sold out the first pressing. They did a repress. That's going to sell out soon, and who knows if it'll happen again. So if you like Dre, if you like orchestral hip-hop, definitely check this out. This is going to be a banging album. I got 2 records coming up from Vinyl Digital that I'm really excited about. Space Windu. Such a good name. Space Windu, much like Mace Windu from Star Wars, has Escapism, and I managed to get the limited marble red vinyl before it sold out, and it is now sold out, so sorry. But it's gonna be a really good lo-fi hip-hop beat tape. And then Fly Rule, A Terrible Fate is coming out. So Shag is a guy who did an album called Fly Rule, which is hip-hop inspired beats that were fusing samples from Zelda, and it became this really, really interesting journey. If you like the games, it's super nostalgic, but it's also just a great listen on its own. The follow-up, A Terrible Fate, which I think is using Majora's Mask samples, because that's a line, you've suffered a terrible fate, is from Majora's Mask. So, really happy. It's also on gold vinyl, like the Triforce. You gotta do a gold record if you're doing a Zelda record. It's just kind of law at this point. Really excited to hear that, though. Ament, Heaven and Hell. The 10 Club announced, which is Pearl Jam's fan club, that Jeff Ament, one of the excellent members of Pearl Jam, is doing his own solo album called Heaven/Hell. The amount of people working on it is pretty crazy. The lead single has Angel Olsen on vocals, talk about an unexpected combination, but the album also has Mike McCready on guitar, Matt Cameron on drums. I don't remember if Stone's doing any guitar work, but it's pretty much like a Pearl Jam album minus Eddie Vedder. So I'm excited to hear how that will sound. I'm sure it's going to be great, and I was in the first 400 pre-orders on the site, so I am getting the colored vinyl edition, so really excited to show that one off. I don't know what color it is. Hopefully something cool. And finally, I have Flight Facilities live with the Melbourne Symphony Orchestra. Flight Facilities is a terrific band. It's not EDM. It's dancey electronic music that has a good beat to it, has heart to it, and soul. And I saw them live, and they were so fun live. Great vocalists go over their beats. It has more of a down-tempo element than not, but it's not always chill. It definitely has some uppity moments that make you want to just get on your feet. Flight Facilities are great, and I heard this concert they did in Melbourne was fantastic. So I'm really excited to hear it on vinyl, and I think it's most of their songs from their big album Down to Earth. A couple other random songs, I think, in there, but it's going to be a great vinyl release, and I'm excited to finally own it. That was the A-side for May. Lots of great albums this month. Please let me know what albums are coming in this month that you're looking forward to get on vinyl. What albums are getting released this month that you think you're going to listen to, and maybe I should put on my radar. As I mentioned, I have a Patreon, just redid all of the tiers. If you want to help support this channel, you can go check that out. It's in the description. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe. More videos very soon.